If you get back pain when you deadlift or bend over, and this video is for you, and by the end of this video, you will learn how to differentiate the hip movements from your back movements and to improve your deadlift and bending over. If you haven't watched my previous video, and you might want to watch it at the link below. If you want to learn how to retrain your body and then movement safely and then effectively and then move better, subscribe to my channel and hit the bell to be notified when I post a new video every week. I am Taro Iwamoto. I am a Feldenkrais practitioner. With my background in athletic training, physical therapy, martial arts, and the Feldenkrais method, I have helped many people like you overcome and then move beyond the pain and the limitations. Now it's your turn, and let's dive in. And this is very similar to the squat video where I demonstrated how to move from the hips and how to differentiate the movement from the hips, from the back, doing the squat movement patterns. And if you haven't watched that video, I highly recommend you watch it because that one's going through more fundamental movement patterns of the hips. And in this one, I'm going to be showing you a similar movement patterns, but in standing. And so when you're standing, and so the deadlift, whether it's a deadlift, stiff leg deadlift, or with the knees bent, or just simply bending over to pick something up. It's the same movement patterns, right? And very common, just like a squats, when you're getting out of the squat positions, a lot of times then people initiate the movement from the back because they have no idea how to initiate, how to differentiate the back movement from the hip movements. And understanding the concepts is one thing, but being able to actually sense the difference is another thing. And that's what I think most people don't really have that good kinesthetic and body awareness of that difference. So let's just practice in bending over movements. And with your knees slightly bent, and you reach your hands down towards the floor. You don't have to touch the floor, but reach your hands down to the floor and keeping your knees bent. And just for the purpose of learning how to use the hips and keeping your back straight. And if you have a hard time to really feel how your back and your spine is moving, it might be helpful to grab a dowel or the broomstick and behind your back and just hold it in place. And that will give you a nice and tactile and sensory feedback so that you can feel the shape of your back, and as you're bending over and as you're starting to round your back, and you can feel that spine is moving. So use it as a feedback, but you can sense it. You can feel the shape of the spine very clearly without having any the feedback device. Absolutely fine. So again, feet shoulder width apart, knees a little bit bent, bending over, reach your hands down, about halfway or so. And then very slowly from here, and begin to bring yourself back up as if you're doing the deadlift, as if you're going to just getting back up and from a bending over positions. Okay, I want you to take a very, very slow time. The reason why is because I want you to be able to tell where is the effort coming from and how do you initiate the movement. So getting back to the same position here. And like I said, a lot of people initiate the movement from the back, even though they're thinking and conscious about the hips using the legs, but then still they manage to initiate the movement from the backs. So, and I will show you a very easy trick and how to initiate the movement from your legs. It's quite easy. So same positions here. And now you bring attention to your feet, okay? So feel your feet and then direct your feet and press your feet down into the floor. And allow that force and to push you up. Does that make sense? Going here, starting positions, and direct that pressure, okay? You press your feet down And that's going to lift you up because you are increasing the pressure, your feet down into the ground. But the force will have to come back through us. So when you press your feet down, it's going to start to push you up. So that's a very efficient way to move. And that's how you initiate the movement from your legs, from the ground up. You're using the ground force to bring yourself up. And that's a lot different from initiating the movement from the back. As I said, many people are aware and know that they need to use the legs to move, and it's not a good idea to move from the back because a lot of people tell you that. But knowing it, it doesn't mean that you actually can do it. Even though you think that you are doing it, a lot of times most people are not doing it. So you feel the difference. When you don't really think about that, using your feet and pressing your feet down into the ground, how do you come up? Exaggerate it, and so that you can feel that effort through your back as you initiate the movement from the back. Is that how you're doing? Leave that in a comment if this is your habitual movement patterns. I think a lot of people who are watching this video right now use the back, and that's the habitual movement patterns. Therefore, will probably click to watch this video, right? Because doing this movement, deadlift movement, bending over movement, it bothers your back, right? Most of the time, my experience, they use the back to initiate the movement. So practice that a few more times. Here, press your feet and come back up. Just as in a variation, it doesn't have to be in these positions. Once you actually learn to use the ground and to move you from the ground up, and you can do it in different positions of your feet. Because you have your feet split and spread apart like so, and you drop something and you're bending over, okay, to pick it up here. And then now the question is, how do you come up? How do you come back up? All right, so the habitual pattern for you, likely to come back from your back, which increases in effort in your back extensors. Over time, it can be straining, right? And maybe this is why you've been doing this strategy for so long that even just doing it one time is maybe enough to irritate your back already. So how do you change that? You lean over here. Okay, in this case, in my case, right now, my left leg is forward, so that can you feel the weight is going into the front leg? You feel more weight, right? And you use that weight to move yourself back up. So what are you going to do? You're going to press that foot down into the ground, and notice what happens. It pushes it right back up. How much effort? Not that much. Very easy compared to the other strategies. Right? So play with that, and you can do it in any positions of your feet. Feet here, reaching sideways, here, reaching forward, or reaching back. It doesn't matter. And once you learn to use the ground and ground force and to your advantage, you can take that stress, you can relieve the pressure off of your back and tremendously, very easily. If you want to improve your back pain, be sure to grab your free movement guide to pain-free back at the link below. Check out these videos, and if you like this video, and hit that like button, and be sure to subscribe and share with your friends. Comment below how helpful you found this video was. Thank you so much for watching. See you in the next video. Happy mindful movement. Bye-bye.